Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here today. Hope you're all doing well. And I hope you can hear me. OBS says you can. Make Mistakes is here. Hello, how's it going? Benjamin Strecker broke out the PO33 this morning for some car jamming with the Soft Pop 2 and Volca Kick. Nice. I think the Volca Kick is pretty cool. I don't have one, but one of my patrons does, and the last time I was visiting him, I got to play with it. And, I did a Sunday sessions with it, and it's super fun. Yeah. Hope you're all doing well. As you can see today, we've got the PO133. This is the Street Fighter, but this is functionally the exact same as the PO33, the KO. You know, the popular, famous one. So I just happen to have the Street Fighter. I do have a PO33, but it's super broke. Now it says connection successful. I've given up trying to understand OBS. Jaren, how's it going? Warm Synths, hi. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, weird. I got an error in OBS, but it does not look like the stream suffered at all. Interesting. Yeah, I've given up trying to understand that thing. Today, I figured it would be fun to bust out the PO133 and show you like how I kind of used, or at least used to use it, because I don't really use it so much anymore, but how I used it for basic songwriting. Back in the early days of Freebeat, basically all of my videos were PO33 little songs, little jams. So I figured we'd kind of revisit that. It's been a while. Right now, if I hold down sound on the PO133, you can see all my slots are empty. Same with patterns. So there's 0 sounds in here at all, which is why I've got the Live in XFM here from Sonicware, just to be a sound source today. So we're going to sample some sounds and then get the XFM out of the way. Cheap noise in the house is in the house. Not a lot is up right now, actually. I'm just playing with the PO133 and making burritos for dinner. That's about it. So I guess let's talk really quick about kind of pregame when it comes to working with the PO33. I'm going to call this the PO33 just because it's easier than saying Street Fighter or 133. But yeah. So when I'm writing on the PO33, I like to have 4 basic elements. So I want a drum kit, of course, and then I want a bass, a melody, and then some sort of aux melodic track that I can use for chords or an arpeggio or any number of those things. And the reason we stay at 4 tracks is because, or we think of it in 4 tracks, is because the PO33 is 4 track or 4 sound, 4 sample polyphonic. So you can play up to 4 samples at the same time, which is really cool. Now, the PO33 is broken up into 2 sections of your samples. You have 8 slots that are labeled melodic, and then 8 slots that are labeled drum. When you sample something into a melodic section, or into a melodic slot, it simply takes that sample and pitches it across the pads. When you sample it into a drum slot, it fills up a particular slot within a drum slot. So like drum slot 5 here is actually made up of 16 different slots, and we can manipulate those how we see fit to really build up custom kits. So how I assign my sounds is I put the drum kit into one of the drum slots, obviously, and then the bass and the melody line both go into the melodic slot, but then I keep that 4th track, that 4th sound sort of open. So it really depends on what the song is after. Sometimes it's after just another melodic element. In that case, I can sample it into a melodic slot. Sometimes it's after something that needs like some extra percussion that can go into a drum slot or vocal chops or something. Or sometimes it'll be a bunch of very specific like melodic sounds, and I actually put those into a drum slot. This will all make sense in a bit. So let's go ahead and get sampling here. I'm going to just pull up some basic sounds here. Looking for a good bass. That's fine right there. I'm going to sample an A, which is a note that I recommend sampling on the PO33. You can work in A minor or C major that way. Super easy. I guess D Dorian. There's a whole bunch of different ones you can work in, of course. But A minor, C major are going to be your two like big ones for most folks. So let's hold record, and I'm going to sample this into melodic slot 1. And you can see I held it down for 5 seconds there. And the reason I did that... Whoops, I did not mean to pitch it. I meant to turn up the volume. There we go. The reason I did that is because when it pitches it up, I want to be able to still hold out a note if I need to. Cool. So we have a bass, nice and simple. Let's move on and grab a melody now. So, or a melodic sound anyway. Just go through the lead 2 folder. Maybe we'll go back to lead 1. Or go to lead 1. We haven't been there yet. Sounds like bagpipes. Don't have enough keys to play Scotland the Brave. Yeah, that's a cool line. Let's go maybe up an octave, shall we? Yeah, that's good. Now I'm going to sample that into melodic slot 2. Again, I went for a bit there. I went for like 5 seconds. Cool. Nice. Okay. Let's grab some... It'll stop any second. There we go. Let's grab some drums now, because this is where things are going to get a little different. I'm going to stop and actually try to look at chat. Been looking at your sample track songwriting video now. Nice. That's I do like that one. Yeah. The sample track is very fun for songwriting. I've actually been doing quite a bit of just noodling around with the bass guitar on the sample track lately. Ironically, making samples to put into the SP404 for live excuse me, for live performance. But yeah, the sample track is great for songwriting. Okay, so let's grab... I'm going to save that sound. Let's just go to track 3 here, and we're going to go to a kick drum. Oh, whoops. We need to change the synth engine. Hi-hat, snare, kick. There we go. Whoops. I turned the wrong knob. That sounds just fine. Also, excuse me, I'm a little sick. Still getting over sickness. Okay, so I'm going to sample this kick drum. Now, you might think that I would sample it directly into one of the drum slots, but I'm not going to sample it into a drum slot. I'm going to sample it into a melodic slot. So I'm going to choose slot 5 for this, because 1 and 2 are already occupied with our bass and our lead. Right? So, I'm going to hold record and hold down slot 5. Cool. Now what I'm going to do is actually copy this sound into a specific slot within a drum slot. So, I'm going to press the sound itself to select it there. Then I'm going to hold right and sound, and click into slot 9, which is a drum slot, and then slot 1. And now we're in kit 5, and only slot 1 of kit 5 has that drum sound in it. Now we can go and try to find a snare. No. No. Ew. I'm not a big fan of FM snares in general. Let's see what we can do with this real quick here with the effects. It is weird looking at this thing from an angle. Trying to figure out what I'm actually doing here. Ooh, maybe? I don't love that pitch, but that should work. So we're going to sample this now back into slot 5. Remember, a melodic slot. Now I'm immediately going to copy it, or I'm going to hold into, or I'm going to, sorry. We're now going to copy it into slot 9, but in slot 2 of slot 9, because slots 9 through 16 each have 16 slots within those. So I'm going to hold right, sound, and 5. I'm going to put that in slot 9, in slot 2. And I think I may have messed that up. Okay. I accidentally let go of a button. It's kind of hard to do this while I'm filming. But we're going to try this one more time. Also, I'm really sorry for the neighbors above. All right, I'm going to pick up the pocket operator to do this because I keep messing it up. I'm not sure if you can hear their shower running. There we go. Okay, now let's grab a hi-hat. So it turns out what I was doing wrong is once you have the sound selected, you don't actually have to click copy on it. You can just write sound, the kit you want, and then the slot of the kit. You started with the PO33 too? Oh, that's fun. You secretly used it to record school band practice to make beats later. That's really neat, actually. I don't know what I would have done if I would have had some of this stuff in high school. I know some things existed, but there wasn't really anything like this, I'm sure. Yeah, let's grab a hi-hat now, shall we? Let's go ahead and turn off the effect. I don't think we need that bit crush anymore. There we go. I swear, the neighbors upstairs take like 10 showers a day. Like, all they do is shower and vacuum. We could probably do something with that. Just kidding, that's awful. Yeah, we'll just take that. That's fine. So I'm going to once again sample into slot 5. So we go record, slot 5. There we go. Now we simply copy that into drum slot 9, slot 3. Cool. There we go. Now, what you can do is also make samples of your kick drum and your hi-hat together, or your snare drum and your hi-hat together, because within one kit you can't actually play multiple sounds from it at the same time. So that's a workaround, but we don't really need to do that today. I'm just kind of getting into the basics of, how I lay things out and things like that. Should charge extra for the shower sounds. God. Okay, so until we need it again, which I don't know if we will or not, we can lose the XFM for now. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down here. Because everything we need... Whoa. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Everything we need is on the 33 now. So, let's talk song structure. So, typically with a PO33 song, I'm going to want some sort of intro. And I'm typically only going to want that to take up one measure, because on a pocket operator, you get 16 different patterns, and that's basically it. That's what you have to work with. You can chain up to, I believe it's 128 patterns on the 33. Some of them, on the older ones, you can only do 64, I think, but that's still plenty for a song, especially, in something this form factor. But anyway, let's get a basic drum beat going here. And I completely skipped what I was going to say. I typically don't work on the intro first. I will work on something like the verse or the chorus drum pattern. That's how I like to start. So let's grab this kick here. We'll just go So I'm going to put the kick on beat 1. Just like that. Snare drum on 2 and 4. And our hi-hats on the offbeats. Bring that tempo way down. There we go. That's another thing I'll do, is just kind of jam on the punch-in effects, which you get to those by pressing play, holding effects, and then using buttons 1 through 16. Technically 1 through 15, there's nothing on 16. That's for erasing. But that can help come up with ideas. That's sick. Nice, kind of quarter note triplet feel there. I love the octave up and the octave down. Okay, so let's come up with a bass line now. So we'll grab our bass. Let's start. That's pretty good. Let's just play that in. We'll play that in live by pressing play, holding right, and then playing our part. Cool. So now what I'll do is I'll actually copy the first pattern into the second slot, because this sounds like it might be a verse or a chorus. And I'm actually going to go in. We're in pattern 2. I'm going to remove those bass notes so we can work basically from scratch for the second half of our pattern. I'm going to chain the first 2 patterns together by holding pattern, and as I do that, then press 1 and then 2. And I'm kind of feeling like this pattern is going to be the same thing repeated 3 times and then the extra pattern. So I want to chain that. So I'm going to hold pattern, push the first pattern 3 times, then the second pattern once, and then release pattern. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah. So I'm going to record this in now. Cool. So now I'll chain the first 3 into the second one, and or the first one 3 times into the second one. Now let's have a listen. Super cool. Warm Synth, I completely missed your message up there. If you filter a melodic sample and then copy into a drum, will the filtered sample be chopped up or the original? I'm not sure. I honestly never use the drum tracks for chopping stuff up. I always sample the individual bits that I want and then copy them over. Let's actually try that. Let's take this melodic sample. We'll copy it into slot 4, so I'm not messing with anything I have. We'll go high pass. There we go. Now let's copy that into slot 16. No, it will not filter. It will not change it. It will not add the filter and all that. So there you go. Now you know. Interesting. I didn't know that either. Speaking of our melody, let's make something here. That's kind of boring, but kind of cool. Now, you'll notice that this is probably going to use 3 different melodic patterns. It's going to follow an A, B, A, C pattern. So, A, that's B, back to A. And then there's our last one, whatever I played. Sure. So, because of that, we are actually going to copy pattern 2 into, I'm going to put it into slot 4, because I know that's going to be the final pattern. So, now what I could do here is basically copy all the patterns and then add the melody to it, so we could have versions of the pattern with no melody, but the bass line, and then, you know, bring the melody in. So let's actually see what that sounds like. So in that case, I'm going to start a new row down here. So we're going to copy the first pattern and the second pattern way down here at the end. I'm going to copy the first pattern here. So now under patterns, we've got, this almost has become our intro, the first 2 patterns up top. Which I might, if we have room, I might add more to it later. But for now, that's kind of seeming like a good intro. So just the bass line and drums, and now down here we're going to add our melody. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah. That's cool. Okay, I forgot to chain them. That's okay. We'll do it this way. Okay, so now we're going to go A, B, A, C and have a listen here. That's cool. I want to make this one actually right here. Yeah, nice and just like straight through like that. Nice. So now let's play our intro once, and then we'll play our main melody twice. Cool. So as you can see, that's what we've got for a song right now, and we're only using 5 patterns of our 16. That's not bad. Panda Cat, you're working on a breakout box for the PO? Nice. There's people do some really cool shit with the pocket operators, because like I know there's a whole bunch of like solder points and stuff like that, right? Like that's not my scene at all. In fact, I'm sure they're not called that, but yeah, there's some really cool stuff out there. Let's see here. Now I want to make a new section. So I'm going to come down here to pattern 9. I'm going to go back to the drum kit. And we're actually going to make a copy of the drum kit. So now I have the same kit twice. Just turning up the volume on both of them. And I'm doing that just to skirt around the polyphony, the single note polyphony per kit. That's because I want to go two kicks. So on the 1 and the E of the 2 of the E, the 3 E, and the 4 E, and then I want to do same with the snare drum. No, I don't. I hate that. Never mind. Sometimes you hear an idea and it just is not going to work. So instead, whoop. Sometimes I still get lost on these. Let's go dacoon, 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 dacoon. So we'll take the last one off. So I'm thinking like dun 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 something like that. Ooh, we can put a little hi-hat fill right here. So we're gonna put 3 at the end here, but we're going to put a retrigger on this first one. And the way you do that, which a surprising amount of people still don't know that most of the POs can do retriggers per step. Hey, thanks for the thumbs up, Panda Cat. Appreciate it. So when you're in write mode, or edit mode, you'll see is that little symbol on the screen there comes on. That's pretty universal across most of the pocket operators, by the way. They'll have something on the screen that tells you if you're in perform or edit mode. You are going to hold the step you want to double trigger. I always get this backwards, I think. So I'm going to hold step 14 and then click in BPM. Yeah, now it says TR2. And you can do that multiple times. Yeah, sick. Cool. We'll set this one back to normal. There we go. Okay. Now a new pattern. We'll go boom boom bap boom boom bap bap. Or doom doom bap boom boom bap. Yeah. Doom doom bap boom boom bap. And then we'll give them a nice tss, tss at the end there to square it all out. So if we chain these together, you can almost hear the melody writing itself there, right? Although what's cool about music is we all probably heard something different. So I don't know if the overall process is coming through here, but I don't know. I just love the magic of the POs, especially like the 33. If you just load it with a few sounds that are solid and that you can get behind, and then just kind of let the natural limitations of the sequencer be your only guide. There's just a lot you can do. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's what we're going to play there. Let's do it. Oh, I don't know if I got the first note. It did not. A little bit of filter automation there. Now, one thing that's kind of dumb is that any of your step automation is just going to be per step, so you're not going to get like really crazy smooth filter sweep or anything. It's going to be like it's going to definitely have noticeable notches because it's just 16 steps per pattern, but that's okay. PO33 KO is great for the price. Yeah, I really do think for $100, if you're looking to get into hardware sampling, or even just hardware groove boxes, like you can definitely do songs on this. I think the PO33 is a great place to start. Always have believed that, and I probably always will. Like Koala Sampler is great. Flip Sampler from Andrew Huang is great as well. Those are fantastic apps, and I mean at like $10, $15 a piece, just insane value. But if you're looking to get into hardware, the PO33, you can do a lot worse than a PO33 for sure. Oh, you went the arcade button route with your PO33? Yeah, definitely cool. I've certainly looked at some of those projects on YouTube. Like I said earlier, there's just some of the coolest shit out there with like custom pocket operator like buttons and stuff like that. Now I'm kind of thinking, do I want to go with like an AB setup here? Or do I want to copy that second pattern and go ABAC again, but do something crazy in the second pattern? I kind of want to do that. That's sick. That's really sick. That's really cool. All I did is recorded some punch-in effects there. So now we're going to go A, B, A, C and have a listen to this. And for fun, I'll just drop us back into the original patterns we came up with too. Cool. Now I want some chords. So let's bring this thing back here. Sorry. The camera lens is very touchy. I've never been good at operating it. I'm so bad at, well, you all know I'm so bad at like cinematography and all thumbnails and all that stuff. That's not my domain at all. Okay, let's find some sort of category to work in. Maybe I want chords and an extra. Maybe I want to just sample like a singular note in there too. Let's do that. Let's sample this into melodic slot 3. Cool. Okay, so we can have some fun with that. But let's also grab. I wanted a chord. Nope, not keys. Yeah, we'll grab a major chord and a minor chord. How about that? Kind of awkward. We're going to sample this to melodic slot 5. Okay, now we're going to go melodic slot 6. Cool. Okay, we'll say that's enough now here. Haha, I didn't do it. I didn't bump the lens. Nice. Okay, so we know we only need 3 patterns to pull our little verse thing off. So I'm actually going to scoot these around a bit. And then I'm going to copy them down here. So now we have this lovely instance of our little melodic thing going on there. And now I'm just going to kind of play. We could actually go in, we could turn the pitch up too on those. Whoop, it's just on this knob, isn't it? Yeah. So I step recorded the pitch up an octave, basically there. Sounds so satisfying. For arcade buttons? Yeah. Right? Arcade buttons are just awesome in general. Your KO was broke when you bought it for $30. The screen took damage. but it was still usable. Oh, yeah, nice. Awesome. Good job saving it. Punch-in effects can change everything. Yeah, it's so sick. Cool. So now you'll notice we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 patterns open. Oh, we were going to come here and do something with our chord. That's right. Which I put here. Minor chord. Ooh, it's kind of sick there right at the end. Right here? Yeah. So what's going on there is because there was already a punch-in effect, that octave up slide recorded into the pattern. I just dropped in that A minor chord right here, but it's just following what's already in the pattern with that octave jump up. Yeah, that's so cool. Which means I kind of want to copy that pattern and put it over here. And record in a few more punch-in effects. And just see how this works as an A, B, A, C, A, B, A, D pattern. Yeah, that's cool. Very cool. We could make a quick little like drum intro. And we'll try to go in and clean things up too. Once we get kind of a little chain order. And I know that's a super basic song, but with only 16 individual patterns to work with, you do have to make some sacrifices. Which is why I think this is just such a great device for beginners too. And like I said, not even just people looking to get into sampling, but people just looking to get into, not even electronic music, people just looking to get into music. This is $100 very well spent. I would honestly say like $100 worth of like simple theory lessons, and then $100 on a PO33 would be just a fantastic beginning place for anyone out there. Yeah, a tip I was going to say, make sure you leave some patterns empty. At least one pattern I recommend leaving empty, because you never know when you need to clean something up that just isn't working out. So let's go ahead and chain our intro here a couple times. A, B, A, C. Then we come down here. A, B, A, C, A, B, A, C. A, B, A, C. A, B, A, D. A, B, A, C, A, B, A, C. And then I'm going to put a couple blank patterns. So just like that, we have a 34, or technically 32 measure song. Let's have a listen. Okay, we had a mistake in there. Not sure what happened. Ah, this is not A, B, A, C in the beginning. It's it's the first one 3 times. That's right. There we go. Okay, so not bad. There are a couple spots to clean up, I noticed here. The first one was going from this pattern down here to this one. We're just going to actually just do this transition. And the way we can actually do that is going into that pattern, go into our melodic instrument, which is just right here. And we can actually set the length of this step if we hold it down using the right knob. We only want it to go for 14 steps. Now check out this transition. Nice and clean. I got your foot tapping. It's always fun to do with a pocket operator for sure. But yeah, that's another little tip people don't know. When you're in write mode, you can hold down any step and use the right knob to choose how many steps that will play for. And it'll actually show you the amount of steps and show you where on the grid. Hopefully you can see those lights turning on and off down there. Super handy. So there was another point of contention. I think it was between these two. Yeah, the chord track, which is right here. So I'm going to fix that again. There we go. Cool. And we can actually do that here too, although I don't know if we need to. Let's listen to this. Let's go A, B, A, C, A, B, A, D, and then down here to our new pattern. No, it's good like that. But let's check this next time through here. Yeah, that's sick. Now let's go through on this final time through, and we're going to select this sound here, and we are going to filter it a bit. Maybe I don't want that. Maybe I like the low pass. That's a sweet spot. Cool. The fact I'm doing this on a $100 device is amazing to you. I mean, it's really about managing your patterns, because we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 patterns empty. It's really just about managing your patterns and figuring out what you want to work with beforehand, I think. Keeping it nice and simple with just bass, melody, an auxiliary melodic element, and, a simple drum kit. That's really where you can get the PO33 to shine. Like if you watch Gar Hoover's PO33 songs, like he does some incredible stuff, but they're all kind of grounded in simplicity. Not saying what he makes is simple with the PO33, because it's not. He drives that thing to just unreal places. But they all have this kind of element of thinking in very simple terms and how to get around the limitations, working with the limitations, not how to get around them, working with them. And that's what drew me to the PO33 originally too. And coincidentally, what got me into electronic music. This is the device that did it for me, really. Gar Hoover's Godzilla video. Man, what a banger of a track. I still listen to that from time to time. So good. I don't know if this one needs an intro. We've got 2 patterns here. Maybe we'll just do just some basic, like a basic drum beat. Yeah. Like this for an intro. Yeah, that's nice and simple. Now we have 1 pattern available. We have 2 available patterns, number 4 and number 12. I want to keep one empty, and then I want to use 1 for the ending. So I'm actually going to copy this last pattern here. I'm going to put it in pattern 16. And we're going to first start with these little bells. We're going to put that A natural. Cool. Now we're going to go into our our melody. That's fine where it is. Bass. Bass is good too. Just need to fix the drums then. You can also copy by holding onto a step. We're actually going to put a kick drum right there. And then we're going to do a slide. So we're going to go pattern 16, chain it into the empty pattern. And what note is that ringing out? Oh, both the bass and the melody. So we're going to hold on to this step here. Whoop. Now we're going to adjust the length. I just want 11 steps, I think. And then we'll do the same to the melody. So 11 steps when it was right there, put it on step 2. So this one needs to be 15 steps. Maybe? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Let's record that. Okay. Our song is ready to chain up and debut. Thank you, Golden Star Music. Bought your own, you've been inspired watching my videos and the stream. Thank you so much. I'm hoping you're loving the PO33. It is a lot of fun. Let's do our intro here. It also helps to have like some sort of notepad, either physical or digital, when you are working with the pattern chains. I always chain a lot of patterns at the end just to be safe of the blank one. But yes, you can write out your chains. But yeah, if I did this right, we should have our whole song. So let's have a listen. Here we go. There we go. That's that. That was pretty sick. Feels good to be back on the PO33 making stuff like that. But that just goes to show you how you can start from scratch, and in an hour you can have something like that. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Thank you, Warm Synth. You rock. But yeah, PO33. There is a link in the description if you'd like to buy one. It is an affiliate link through Amazon.com. If you buy it, I get a teeny cut of that. I probably didn't put enough teenies in there. I never shout out the affiliate links. They're always down there in the descriptions of all my videos. But yeah, if you ever buy anything off of those links, I get a tiny little cutback or cut, and it helps keep the channel alive. You can always go support over on patreon.com/freebeat. That is linked in the description as well. For just $1 a month, you get access to the private Freebeat community Discord server, which is a lot of fun. Then also you get a weekly sort of behind-the-scenes personal vlog every Tuesday called Patreon Tuesday. That's Tuesday with a P in that title. Yeah, and there's some other stuff, too, that we do from time to time, including live show after parties, which we do have Freebeat Live 2024 coming up. If you would like to submit a song to be played during the community showcase, be sure to watch last Friday's video about that. I love the community showcases, and yeah, Freebeat Live 2024 happening this year on the 19th and 20th of next month. Creeping up fast. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for this week's live stream. I do apologize that we weren't able to do one last week. I was out of it. I was so sick. I think I was so sick I forgot to post that there was no stream. Last Wednesday was rough. I was, whew. Patrons will know if they watch the Patreon Tuesday. I was like struggling to get through the video. Will this stream be posted afterwards? Yeah, all my streams are. All my public streams are, anyway. Yep, this will be available as a video if you'd like to follow along, where you can pause and go back and all that stuff, so you can see what I'm doing. I probably went a little faster than I should have, but I did want to be able to actually crank out some sort of finished product by the end of the stream. So, yeah, sorry if I went a little too fast there, but it is 6 o'clock. It is 6 o'clock Pacific time, which means it's time for me to go make dinner, and my wife and I to, I don't know what we're doing tonight. Maybe we'll watch the new Star Wars show, The Acolyte. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, anyway, thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Patreon.com/freebeat. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't, although it looks like everybody did. Super cool. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Hope to see you at the proper live stream concert, Freebeat Live 2024. I'm going to be bugging the hell out of everybody about it. There's going to be lots of posts and stuff like that. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, folks. We will see you next time. See you Friday for the main video, and then Sunday sessions, and then we'll be right back here next Wednesday. Take care, everybody. Bye.